Government attorneys have begun hearing on the writs filed at the constitutional bench of the Supreme Court against the government move to dissolve the lower house. Lawyers representing the government raised questions on the jurisdiction of the bench itself yesterday, claiming that it cannot look into the cases related beyond serious constitutional issues. As the bench has decided to continue the hearing, the verdict could be expected sooner than later. Good morning, I am Vipasha Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli accuses senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal of harboring inter-party dispute. Nepal calls the Premier's statement a defeated mentality. Government attorneys present their arguments on the writs filed against the dissolution of the lower house, raise questions on the jurisdiction of the constitutional bench. A UK study finds mix and match approach to COVID vaccines gives good protection against the pandemic virus. And Switzerland knock out world champions France from Euro 2020, winning 5-4 in penalty shootout to reach the quarterfinals. Spain also advanced to the quarters, brushing aside Croatia 5-3. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has come up aggressively against senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal, accusing him of actively being involved with the opposition alliance. Speaking at a program held at the Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar yesterday afternoon to mark the 70th birth anniversary of Madan Bhandari, Premier Oli indecently criticized senior leader Nepal over his statement that he was offered the post of premiership. Prime Minister Oli claimed that he had never offered leader Nepal the post. Prime Minister Oli accused leader Nepal for harboring intra-party dispute by following the path of Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba and CPN Maoist Central Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Such an aggressive statement from Prime Minister Oli against senior leader Nepal came after he refused to withdraw his signature from the petition to appoint Sher Bahadur Deuba as the Prime Minister. Premier Oli accused senior leader Nepal of embracing the ideology of CPN Maoist Central instead of focusing on party unity. During his hour-long speech, Prime Minister Oli also criticized Nepali Congress President Deuba and CPN Maoist Central Chairman Dahal. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister Madhav Kumar Nepal has called caretaker Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's remarks a result of defeated mentality. Speaking at a program organized by the opposition alliance, senior leader Nepal said Oli's political culture was wrong and that the public are observing the Premier and his words. Nepal also added that Prime Minister Oli's hold on power had been weakening by the day due to his recent actions. Government attorneys have begun their presentation on the writs filed against the dissolution of the House of Representatives. Attorney General Ramesh Badal, during yesterday's hearing session, argued that the claim for an alternative government was not baseless and said that lawmakers cannot be independent in the parliamentary system, adding that the President has the right to decide on the claim filed for premiership. We have more in this report.
Attorney General Ramesh Badal, during Monday's hearing that lasted for more than 3 hours, argued that the case does not fall under the jurisdiction of the constitutional bench. Terming the hearing of the petitioners as a bulk of accusations, Attorney General Badal stated that Article 76(5) of the Constitution cannot be explained as a partyless provision in the multi-party parliamentary system. During the session, Attorney General Dahal questioned if there is a provision that allows an elected leader from one party to sign a petition to appoint a leader from another party as a candidate for premiership. Stating that legal provisions are made to be imposed equally in every aspect, Attorney General Dahal argued that a whip can be issued as per Article 76(5) of the Constitution. During Monday's session, Attorney General Dahal raised doubts on the signatures and documents submitted to President Bidya Devi Bhandari by Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba making his claim for premiership and accused that the documents had been tampered and signatures forged. Attorney General Dahal, giving the example of independent lawmaker Rajiv Gurung of Gandaki Province, clarified that Article 76(5) of the Constitution allows an independent lawmaker to make claim for premiership, although there is practice of the party leader becoming the Prime Minister. Claiming that the Prime Minister's appointment and lawmakers' support are political issues, the lawyer from the government side argued that it was baseless to hear on these issues at the bench, adding that Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli was compelled to dissolve the House of Representatives. Attorney General Dahal demanded to scrap the writs, saying that the court would be assumed to have entered into politics if the bench orders the appointment of Sher Bahadur Deuba to the post of Prime Minister. The hearing on the case will continue on Tuesday as well.
Welcome back. 42 more individuals succumbed to COVID-19 yesterday, taking the death tally to 9,051, while the death rate now stands at 1.5%. Meanwhile, the total number of COVID-19 cases in the country has crossed 635,000 as 1,509 more individuals tested positive for the virus in the past 24 hours. The Kathmandu Valley alone reported 514 new cases. According to the Health Ministry, 6,648 tests through the PCR method were carried out, while the infection rate in the country now stands at 22.6%. Meanwhile, 3,853 individuals registered full recovery, taking their recovery tally to over 588,000, while the recovery rate stands at 92.6%. Based on the Health Ministry's report, currently there are 37,950 active cases, out of which 35,075 are in home isolation, 657 in intensive care units and 193 on ventilator support. The local administrations in the Kathmandu Valley have allowed resuming public transports from today. Likewise, local authorities have further relaxed restrictions for other businesses as well. The meeting of the chief district officers of the 3 districts of the Kathmandu Valley yesterday decided to allow public vehicles with more than 25 seat capacity to operate based on odd-even number plate system by following strict health protocols. These vehicles are restricted from carrying passengers more than their seat capacity. The Health Ministry, however, has urged public vehicle operators not to hurry in operating vehicles for the time being, as the infection rate is still high. Meanwhile, the ongoing prohibitory order has been extended for the 6th time until 6th of July, with further relaxations and restrictions for businesses. As per the new guidelines, businesses including departmental stores, shopping malls, fancy electronic, furniture, mobile and utensil stores, as well as construction material outlets will be allowed to open from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Likewise, grocery stores and stationery shops will be allowed to open from early morning until 6 in the evening. The local administrations have allowed restaurants and fast food outlets to open until 7 p.m. for takeaway or home delivery. Likewise, 15 people now can participate in marriage ceremonies, while restrictions in cinema halls, party palaces, swimming pools, salons and gymnasiums will continue until further notice. The Pokhara metropolis has allowed a private company to extract stones, gravels and sand for 24 years from the source region of the popular Fewa Lake. In this context, we had asked locals in the Fewa Lake region of their opinion on the metropolis's decision. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
यो बिल्कुल गलत हो 24 वर्षसम्म दिनै हुँदैन कोही पनि सम्झौता 24 वर्षसम्म नेपालमा पहिले सम्झौता यही भएको जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई मैले बुझे अनुसार
24 वर्ष चाहिँ हो कसैले चाहिँ 24 वर्ष नदिने भन्ने कुरो पनि होला त्यसलाई कर्मसँग बढाएर अहिले त्यो 10-15 को ल्याएर अथवा चाहिँ पछि बढाउन गएको भए पनि राम्रो पक्ष हुन्थ्यो
वैधानिक हिसाबले उत्खनन पनि गरियोस् र त्यो बाबत उठेको रकम अधिकांश रकमहरू यो क्षेत्रको पूर्वाधार विकास यो क्षेत्रको बस्ती संरक्षण खोलालाई च्यानलिङ गर्नेदेखि लिएर कुराहरुमा प्रयोग गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा हामी स्थानीय बासिन्दा वा पौर क्षेत्र बासिन्दाको माग हो
स्थानीयको निमित्त वास्तवमा यो राम्रो कुरा चाहिँ छैन किनभने सुरुमा यहाँ चाहिँ यो 24 वर्षसम्म यो एउटा प्रोटेक्सनको कुराकानीहरु चाहिँ सामान्यतया भनौं न सरल भाषामा नराखिकन एउटा संस्थाले निश्चित व्यक्तिहरुलाई यो 24 वर्षसम्म जाने कुरा यो चाहिँ कानुन सम्मत हो भन्ने हामीलाई लाग्दैन
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question: what should be done to stop indiscriminate recommendations of antibiotics? The options are: option A, increase monitoring; option B, stress on doctor prescription; and option C, consumers should be aware themselves. The voting is on. Type NAWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And time now for the sports update. Switzerland goalkeeper Jan Sommer saved France striker Kylian Mbappe's spot kick to secure a 5-4 penalty shootout win over the world champions following a thrilling 3-3 draw after extra time to reach the Euro 2020 quarterfinals, where they will meet Spain in St. Petersburg, Russia on Friday. The Swiss had been seconds away from elimination during 90 minutes, but go through to face Spain after progressing from a major tournament knockout game for the first time since 1938. Haris Severovic opened the scoring for Switzerland in the 15th minute, and they had a penalty saved in the beginning of the second half that could have made it 2-0. Karim Benzema scored twice, first in the 57th minute and his second in the 59th minute to give France a 2-1 lead. Paul Pogba hammered a goal in the 75th minute to extend France's lead to 3-1. Severovic headed in his second goal of the match for Switzerland in the 81st minute, and substitute Mario Gavranovic hammered in a last-minute equalizer to send the game to extra time. Paris Saint-Germain forward Mbappe missed a couple of big chances for the world champions in extra time, and Olivier Giroud had a header saved in the final minute. Paris Mbappe was the only player to fail to score in the penalty shootout after an excellent Jan Sommer save. The last time Switzerland were in the quarterfinals of the major tournament was the 1954 World Cup that they hosted. They had not progressed through a knockout game since the 1938 World Cup. Meanwhile, Spain reached the quarterfinals of Euro 2020 in dramatic fashion by beating Croatia in extra time after an 8-goal thriller. Luis Enrique's side were rocked when Croatia substitutes Mislav Orsic and Mario Pasalic scored twice in the final 5 minutes to come back from 3-1 down and force extra time, but Spain rallied as the added 30 minutes produced yet more drama. Striker Alvaro Morata thumped in Spain's 4th goal in extra time in Copenhagen. The scoring did not end there, as Mikel Oyarzabal added a 5th goal 3 minutes later to finally see off Croatia, who had fought bravely in this highly entertaining last 16 tie. 20 minutes into the game, goalkeeper Unai Simon failed to control Pedro's 49-yard back pass, presenting Croatia with the 1-0 lead. That bizarre own goal sparked a response from Spain, though, with Pablo Sarabia thumping in an equalizer in the 38th minute. Cesar Azpilicueta scored through a header in the 57th minute, and Ferran Torres found the net in the 76th minute to give Spain a 3-1 lead. Spain looked comfortable and poised to cruise through, but Croatia burst into action through their substitutes as Orisic scored in the 85th minute and Pasalic scored in injury time to tie the match at 3-3 and force added time. Morata scored in the 100th minute and Oyarzabal found the net 3 minutes later to seal Spain's exciting 5-2 win over Croatia to book a spot in the quarterfinals. Argentina thumped Bolivia 4-1 in the last group match of Copa America. In the Group A match played this morning, Alexander Gomez scored in the 6th minute, making use of Lionel Messi's pass to give Argentina an early 1-0 lead. Messi converted a penalty kick in the 33rd minute to double Argentina's lead. Messi scored his personal second goal of the match in the 42nd minute after receiving a pass from Sergio Aguero to extend Argentina's lead to 3-0 even before halftime. Erwin Saavedra scored for Bolivia in the 60th minute to cut the deficit to 3-1. Lautaro Martinez scored for Argentina in the 65th minute to seal the 4-1 convincing win over Bolivia. In another Group A match played this morning, Uruguay defeated Paraguay by a solitary goal. Edinson Cavani scored the only goal of the match in the 21st minute, converting a penalty kick. Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay and Chile have qualified for the quarterfinals from Group A, while Bolivia have crashed out. Meanwhile, Brazil, Peru, Colombia and Ecuador have advanced to the quarterfinals of Copa America from Group B. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.